your success. The team at Heyman Law, the firm for injured people.
Getting answers for Western Massachusetts. This is Western Mass News.
Watch for icy spots out there this morning after snow and freezing rain came through yesterday and last night. The good news is a nicer day with a spring feel on the way. I'll break down all the details in the first alert forecast just ahead.
Plus, from norovirus to the upcoming allergy season, local doctors say we aren't out of the woods just yet. We're breaking down the latest data from the state in just a few minutes.
Then later this morning, we're playing Hometown Scramble. Be the first to guess the towns correctly for a shout out on air later on.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Western Mass News at 6:30. I'm Tyler Beraldi.
And I'm Sloan Wick. It's definitely not a very pretty start to the day, but that could all change pretty soon.
That's right. Right now, the roads are so slippery. We have a decent amount of school delays right now, but it's like Sloan was just saying, not going to stay that way because we do have some warmer weather as the day progresses. Right, Liam?
Yeah, that's right. Luckily for us today, we are going to be shaping up to have more of a spring-like feel as we push deeper into the afternoon, but we just got to get through this morning. So we had some snow and freezing rain come through last night, and of course the freezing rain really putting a damper on travel this morning with how it leaves that icy glaze on everything. So cars and sidewalks and driveways and even some of the roads not in the greatest condition at this point. So making sure we're allowing a lot of extra time out there this morning before we hit the roads. You also have to spend some time defrosting the car and scraping the windshield and things like that. It's also foggy out there. You can't even see anything from our sky cam right now as visibility is down to a mile or less in many locations. Right now, temperatures are also below freezing, so of course there's not any melting occurring right now, so we are dealing with the thick of the icy conditions out there for sure. 29 from Greenfield to Shutesbury, 31 in Belchertown, 30 from Northampton to Springfield and Westfield with light to calm breezes across the area. Mainly cloudy skies, and it's also foggy out there as well. As the kids head off to the bus stop this morning, if they're not delayed, we really got to make sure we're taking it slow out there for sure. Temperatures hovering around 30 between 7 and 9 a.m. with those icy conditions. Of course, some districts are delaying. And then as we're heading home, a much different story. We're going to be talking about temperatures between 45 and 50, a good amount of melting, and a mix of sun and clouds. So more of a spring feel for your afternoon. Now, we are tracking another chance for freezing rain as we head into Thursday night and Friday, followed by some of the mildest air so far this season coming up later next week. I'll break it all down on the First Alert 10 day in a couple minutes. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Liam. Now we're going to take a quick look outside at the road conditions. Like we were saying, it's not exactly pretty out there. You can still see that there is some lingering ice and wintry conditions on the roads that, again, like we were mentioning, has created a decent amount of school closures and delays. I keep forgetting the word for delays, but there's a decent amount of delays. We know for a fact that Ware, West Springfield, and Springfield, all the public school districts in those areas are having 2 hours delays this morning. So before you decide to brave these conditions to get your kids to school, definitely head to our website at westernmassnews.com and take a look at our updated list of closures and delays to figure out if you even have to be anywhere at this hour in the morning. Liam, of course, will also be back in just a few minutes.
Now let's take a broader look at your drive times this morning. In Northampton, things aren't bad, but they are a little bit slower than normal. So just give yourself 2-3 extra minutes on the road if you can. Here in Springfield, same basic story, mostly green, but big patches of yellow. And remember, these are the highways. The back roads are going to be a lot slower, have more ice. So please be careful. That traffic report was brought to you by Country Hyundai.
Later this morning, your tax refund might be rolling in, but how quickly should you be spending it? Why saving just a portion of your refund could be a lifesaver in the long run. Just ahead.
Well, take to Facebook and be the first to guess the towns correctly for a shout out on air. We're playing Hometown Scramble next.
And our February surprise squad honored a super student from Hampshire Regional High School. And if there's somebody you'd like to nominate, you can scan that QR code or go to westernmassnews.com and tap Surprise Squad to tell us their story. They could be featured as next month's super student.
Grainger knows that as the procurement coordinator at a manufacturing plant, you can count on auto reordering to have the PPE you need on hand. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It is absolutely brutal out there.
There's no cars, there's no trains, there's no buses.
Your First Alert, Western Mass News.
Okay, let's start off by taking a live look outside through our weather tracker. We are in the Springfield area. As you can tell, the roads are not looking great, but what you can't see is just how slippery they are. I know I saw at least one crash on my drive into work today. We also have some schools, Springfield, West Springfield, Ware, having a 2-hour delay this morning. So when you do take your kid to work, I apologize, to school, just be careful on the roads. Give yourself enough time. Liam's going to be back with a full look at your forecast, including an update on these roads.
Definitely some slick travel out there this morning after we had some snow and freezing rain yesterday into last night. So allowing yourself a lot of extra time before you head out the door. The roads are not in the greatest condition out there. And we also need to allow for extra time to defrost the car, scrape the windshield and things like that, because when we changed over to freezing rain, we had that icy layer that is now just on top of everything. So definitely slow going out there for sure. Here are some of the snowfall reports that we picked up across Western Mass before we had that changeover to freezing rain. Many of us in the lower Pioneer Valley, Hampden and Hampshire County picking up anywhere from an inch or two before we switched over and then got that icy layer on top of that. These areas highlighted in purple anywhere from 5 to as much as 6 or 8 inches of snowfall. So they overachieved there a little bit, but we definitely saw a pretty good amount of snowfall and eventually changing over to freezing rain up in those locations. But basically from, say, Deerfield and points south, we really picked up only about 1 to 2 or 3 inches of snowfall before we had that switch over. All of this to say, we do have some tricky travel as we head out the door this morning. So we've got icy roads out there, driveways and sidewalks. The car is completely covered in ice most likely. So just allowing yourself a lot of extra time and taking it slow for sure. We also have foggy conditions out there. You can't even see anything from our sky cam. It's also 30 degrees as well. And we are going to continue to deal with mainly cloudy and foggy conditions, I would say, at least for the next couple of hours, as well as those icy conditions. And then as we push deeper into the morning, I would say by 9 or 10 o'clock, most of the fog is gone. We're starting to see some sun coming out, and our temperatures are climbing up above freezing. So we'll start to see some melting on the ice that we have across the area. We actually have a pretty nice day on the way for the rest of the day today. We actually do have mostly sunny skies expected with temperatures ranging between 45 and 50, so more of a spring feel out there for sure. A decent amount of melting will occur as well for your day today. And then as we head deeper into the evening, we will be looking at temperatures falling back through the 30s. Cloud cover starts to build back in, and we'll also see some areas of fog once again by tomorrow morning. Also keep in mind, any melting that occurs today will likely have chances to refreeze overnight, as we are going to be starting off tomorrow morning once again back into the 20s with mainly cloudy and foggy conditions out there. So again, watch for icy spots first thing in the morning for your Thursday. Your satellite radar shows that system that brought us rain and snow and freezing rain continuing to move offshore. But we actually have a frontal boundary set up to our south that's kind of connected to that system. And it's far enough to the south today where we should see mostly sunny skies and largely not very many impacts from that. However, as we head into tonight and tomorrow, that frontal boundary kind of starts to creep northward a little bit more. So tomorrow ends up featuring a lot of clouds, some showers off to our south. We can't rule out the chance for a spot shower as we head throughout the day tomorrow, but mostly we're dry. But then it's tomorrow afternoon and evening and into tomorrow night where our rain chances increase. Low pressure forms and rides along this front. We may even see the chance for some freezing rain as we head once again into Thursday night, Friday morning. So another round of icy travel once again for Friday morning, prompting a first alert weather day. And then we'll be looking at kind of just an unsettled end to the week for sure. Most of the freezing rain ends early in the morning, but we're kind of left with a lot of clouds around as that frontal boundary is still kind of situated over our area. So that's going to be your next weather maker for Thursday night into Friday. We could be dealing with another round of icy travel with that freezing rain that may come through late Thursday night and into Friday morning. It is the first alert weather day due to the impacts we may see for our morning commute. Then we'll see temperatures getting up close to 40 degrees for the afternoon. The weekend looking fine, mostly cloudy, maybe the chance for a spot shower here or there, 45 to 50. Don't forget we spring forward Saturday night and into Sunday. And then next week looking like an entirely different season out there with temperatures ranging in the 60s, maybe even touching the 70s, dry to start. And we may even see a rumble of thunder on Wednesday going into Thursday with a cold front that will come through, followed by some cooler conditions. So a little bit of something for everybody here on this 10-day with those temperatures that are kind of all over the place. All right, that's your forecast for now, but it is Wednesday. So that means it is time to play Hometown Scramble. And with it being icy out there and we have that tricky travel, that is our theme for today. And so the words I chose were watch icy spots, but naturally I could not find any towns that had all of those letters. It was definitely not easy. I didn't make it easy for myself this morning. So the letters in the parentheses, obviously not in the towns. Hopefully you'll still be able to see through that, figure it out, but that's what we got going on.
I would like to lock in Whately and Chicopee.
Okay, let's see. Whately.
I don't know about the last one, though. That's on you.
There you go.
Whately and Chicopee,
Whately
that's
is
what
the
I was
first
going to
one, and
say.
Chicopee is the second one. Okay.
She took both of my answers. I was
Yeah.
going to say that. Last one, Southampton.
Ah.
Wow. Okay, so this took 4 seconds. So clearly I need to make it a lot harder next time around.
Too easy.
No,
Who's
no.
our winner?
I'm undefeated.
Megan A is our winner. So it was also easy for the viewers. What is going on? Next week is going to be harder. Mark my